Alright, so Rock Tide Nation, after a long wait, we have finally caught up with Shallow Side.
Well, finally,
Finally, man. So for everyone that's been watching Rock Titan, obviously you've been watching my addiction starting out with like the banjo.
There you go.
You know,
Banjo and rock and roll.
You know, that's right. That's right. And obviously we're here with Eric from Shallow Side.
Yes.
How you doing, dude?
Doing good. We're on the we're out here on tour, just living the circus life every day. So I mean, I can't complain. We're living the dream.
Yeah, very cool. I don't think I originally knew that you guys were from Alabama.
Yeah, there you go. We are. Where did you think we were from?
I thought you were a little more like East Coast, like,
okay.
You know, I didn't realize you guys were down there in the deep South.
Yeah, we're from the deep South.
You know,
Nicky style.
I mean, and Alabama's not the Carolinas.
Yeah, right.
You know, so you're down there.
We're down, all the way down there.
You're down there.
Right down there. But we tour so often, and we've been touring relentlessly for 6 years. So a lot of people that are just finding out like who we are and what we're about and what we've been doing. They don't know either, just simply because like the last time that they heard of us, we were in their state, or we were in a state next to them.
And you guys have been a touring band, like hardcore.
We've been at it for 6 years. We've been putting in no less than 150 shows a year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 150 shows a year
every other day, man.
It takes
all year long,
and you got to stay out too. You know, you can't just because there's 2 days off that you get to go home. You don't get to go home if you're in Wyoming and you live in Alabama and you got 2 days off. You just got to stay out on tour. So even at the least amount we've done is like 150 shows, but we stay out.
That's aggressive,
on tour.
Man.
Yeah,
that's aggressive. But what else could we expect from the band named Best New Band of 2016 from Loudwire?
Yeah, Loudwire gave us that was a huge compliment. There was a lot of stuff all in one sitting. They came in. We had the guys from Styx. We did a cover of the song.
I want to talk about that, man.
So,
Tommy Shaw, you get his endorsement. That's.
Yeah, it was one of those things, like the Loudwire gave us a shout out, Best New Band, and then we turned around and Styx was
Renegade
listening to a cover that we did of theirs, Renegade, and they gave us paid us a huge compliment by just giving a thumbs up, and just the fact that they acknowledged it in the first place was like mind blowing, just because like they're legends, to anyone in music, not just rock and roll, but they're definitely rock and roll legends, and they gave like the tip of the hat, the thumbs up, and that right there in itself was it was a huge compliment. So it kept flowing in, and our fan base is strong. It's relentless.
That's awesome.
Our family, if you're watching, thank you guys. So
everyone better be paying attention, because I'm telling you right now, Shallow Side, man, you guys really do kick ass. And you jumped way ahead of me there. I almost feel like you're trying to wrap up this interview prematurely.
No,
I'm not letting you go that fast.
All day. We can talk. I can talk all day.
What time does your set start? Your set started, a couple hours?
Yeah, I think we play at 10:30.
All right. So everyone, strap yourselves in, because we're going to be here for a couple hours.
We got stories.
I'm just kidding. But, so Renegade. You do the cover Renegade. And my whole thing, with original artists such as yourselves, signed independent, doesn't matter. When you take another artist's work, especially a legendary piece of work, from a band that's had, like Styx.
Of course.
You know, when I first heard Renegade from Shallow Side, I'm thinking, I thought of Disturbed doing The Sound of Silence from Simon & Garfunkel.
Right.
It's like,
great
dude,
cover, by the way. That's
well, that's why I'm talking about this for you guys, because I'm thinking, man, if you're going to do something like that, you got to kill it, man.
Yeah, you got to go all in.
You got to own it. And when I heard Renegade, Styx, it's like, wow, man, you put like such a cool spin on that.
Yeah.
And then the fact that Tommy Shaw himself is like,
man, we knew going into recording the EP, which was at this time.
Yeah.
It's what is June
one
now?
Yeah. So
June?
you released one back in
like
January, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's a year ago. We're writing and recording on this thing, and we're working our way up, and we knew for a fact that we wanted to do a cover song, and we just didn't know which one to do, and then the consensus came in. Everyone voted. We wanted to go to rock and roll. We didn't want just like a pop song,
right?
That, like everyone else will typically do, whatever's hot. We wanted to like reach back, because we feel that there's something missing in the rock and roll game, and that's rock and roll. that's a big thing missing in the rock and roll game nowadays.
Right.
Is rock and roll. Everybody thinks that it needs to be this one thing that goes this one way, and that's complete and utter ignorance.
Yeah.
Because rock and roll is it's not a sound. It's how you feel.
Right.
You know, it's a mentality.
Right.
So we wanted to reach back when rock and roll was doing things that was unheard of, unbelievable, and we wanted something to also complement the songs that we were going for. And then we heard those harmonies, those guitar licks in the background, like it was meant to be. They were speaking to us through that
cool,
classic
man.
rock station.
That's cool.
And we jumped in and we was like, this is the one we're gonna do. So we added some little twists in there. We added a little bit of new age electronics, and we beefed up the guitars. And we swapped up a solo, which those solos are incredible on the original song. You know, and the vocals are like they are. It's one of those things like, you know, going into it, if you're not gonna put 110% into it, then you're gonna fail miserably. It's gonna happen, and you can't just like. There's a reason why no one's ever recorded that song and like tried to go public with it, because
It's intimidating, man.
it's a huge song.
Yeah.
It's a huge, and like, don't act like we're those people that are gonna be like, no, we're about to kill this. No, we were like, I hope we don't screw this up. And
Nah, man,
it was one of those things. And
Crushed it.
when we got the word back that the Styx camp was listening to it, and we waited,
That's
you know,
awesome,
pins and needles for like weeks to hear a response back, because they're busy people.
Never sure.
They wrote back and was like, listen, you know, 2 thumbs up, because that was the defining moment for anyone in a career. Those guys are they're the capital. They're the presidents, you know, of the world that we live in. They are the top side. They're the Congress of what we deal with on the day-to-day basis. They could have literally made the phone call and said, you're fired. A job, a world that we created on our own. We left our home 2010 and started touring, started creating this business, this empire that we're building every single day. They could have called, never talking to us before, and been like, you're fired.
Who are these clowns?
You can't be here no more.
Right.
You're not allowed.
Yeah,
and they could have easily done that. I mean, they have that kind of power.
Yeah.
But they called in and was like, listen, I want to give you guys 2 thumbs up, tip of the hat. And as we're all pissing ourselves right then, we tried to act cool. And it was one of those good moments. It was definitely a great moment, and inspired us to continue.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, backtracking a little bit, you know, so you got the new EP, one, you know. How's that been going? How's everyone been responding to your new material?
It's going, it's great.
Yeah.
It is really, really good. It's been crazy, as a matter of fact. This was our 3rd EP that we put out.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be a full-length album, but
Now, when are you going to get around to that, man?
so that's coming. That's this year. We're gonna
Nice.
start working on that this year. So there might be a slack in touring for us to actually go home and really gather up the mentality of a full-length album.
Okay.
But the response has been really overwhelming. We released our first single last year at the end of the year, Rebel,
Yeah.
and then followed by which reached, I think, the top 50s on the music charts.
You guys
on several
been tearing
music
it
charts.
up, man.
And then we turned around and released Renegade, which we didn't try to go to radio with it, but there's several radio stations picked it up. It's a huge song, so they picked it up, and then Styx pushed it along too. So it turned into a great momentum for us. Then we turned around with at the beginning of spring and released our 3rd single off of that EP. There's 6 songs on the EP. Our 3rd single is going to radio, and
That's
it's all
awesome,
doing
man.
it by itself. I think we're in the 30s. This week as we're talking, we're in the 30s. An unsigned band, a DIY band. We got people that work with us. Thermal Entertainment is our management company.
Right.
They work with us, and we work with several different people that we've met along the ways, and they've really stoked the fire that was already there.
Yeah.
And this CD is really setting up some big things that are to come.
Yeah, that's very cool, man. And just seeing how much, again, because we've been tracking you for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So seeing everything since My Addiction, which was so cool, you know, and that was on your last EP, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's second EP.
So the evolution from that, do you feel yourself kind of evolving and growing as an artist with each new release?
Yeah, absolutely. especially for the music that I listen to. My personal preference of music is grown. The variety palette is huge now compared to where it was.
Right.
And then you learn to appreciate so much more being on the inside. Being on the outside as a music listener, you kind of like start to develop an avenue
Right.
that kind of bridges off sometimes, but not really. You stay on its track. But when you're creating music, you're always like new things will grab you.
Right.
Like you never know where it's going to come from. Maybe it might be the brand new metal album that's out, or it could be like the brand new pop/country album that just dropped, and like you never know what's going to inspire you to do the next thing, and that's really who we are. We're inspired by musicians, music, and music lovers, all in the same. So
that's awesome.
That's a lot of times that you hear music from Shallow Side. You're not. A lot of times you're going to be able to say like it's this genre, it's this one direction, but then there's going to be a few things that throw it off, and where at least for us it keeps us interested in where we could potentially go in the future.
Where did Shallow Side come from? I know that sounds like such a cliche, question, and I try to stay away from cliche.
Right.
But I never read or heard any stories where that name Shallow Side came from. Because one of our big gripes, you came in at a perfect time.
Yeah.
I was just about to start bitching about band names, but I can't do that with you guys because Shallow Side is a great band name. That is not one that we would flag and say, "Come on, man!"
Yeah, what were you guys thinking?
There's no metal in it. There's no head in it. There's no any of those crazy names. Machine, all these different things. Shallow Side.
Yeah, we when we first started playing music and playing together, like. Mind you, we are not your typical band per se. We have 0 people in the industry that are our friends.
Really?
0.
Why?
We don't have industry friends. Let me tell you why.
Good Southern bred boys like
we
yourself?
don't know them. Just because we don't know them. We didn't grow up around them.
Click networking.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we're developing those relationships now.
Right.
But we to start off, we didn't know them. We didn't have those friends. We grew up in the small town of Alabama. There's not an entertainment industry there. Like where we're from, people.
Mobile? Nothing going on in Mobile?
We're like 6 months or 6 hours north of Mobile.
Oh wow! All right.
And there's not a lot of stuff going on there. There's an ocean close to it, but.
What would be the nearest metropolitan area to where you guys are from?
Atlanta and Nashville.
Come on, man.
Which is the Mecca, but if you're not in, you're not in. And on top of not being in, like we don't particularly know. Even the clerks that work at the the male people at in the basement floor, we don't know them. We know no one in the music industry. So as far as that goes, we started from a dirt level in the industry. And when we first started to go back around, when we first started playing music, we didn't have a band name.
Eric, I'm telling you right now, because after this, you guys are going to be going ballistic. I know this for a fact.
Wow.
Don't you forget us, man. Because I know it. You guys are going to be huge, and then we're going to hit you up for a freaking backstage interview like 2-3 years from now when you're headlining a festival. Be like, Rock Titan who?
Rock Titan.
Scotty J who? No, you're not going to do that. I know you're not.
We're not those type of people too. So
no, I know.
When we first started playing, we didn't have a band name because we didn't know we were supposed to have a band name. We didn't know that we were a band. We were just playing music. When we started this band 6 years ago, I started singing 6 years ago. I didn't grow up in a music school.
Really?
I didn't grow up in a music family.
Really?
Seth the same way, Heath the same way, Cody the same way.
Really?
We grew up listening to music, but that's all we knew, like radio. We didn't know that they did interviews. We didn't even know. We didn't know. That's not like if you don't have these things at your fingertips, you don't know they literally exist.
Wow.
So the more that we dug, the more that we understood, and we were playing music in a shed from songs that we heard on the radio, and then we found out that those people that were on the radio, they actually play shows live, and we were like, what the hell?
You're making this all up, dude.
I'm not.
I think you are telling me stories.
Are you guys from Philadelphia?
We're just basically.
So near here.
Yeah.
You guys know of this world. When we were growing up, we knew that Garth Brooks at one point made his way to Nashville, but to us, Nashville was 3 hours away, and we don't have cars, so we're not gonna drive 3 hours. 3 hours? What? That's like 4 days of walking. Are you kidding me? No one's gonna go that far. You know what I mean? So like this world. All right. So
it's the shallow
to
side.
explain a little bit further about where we're from.
Yeah.
The rest of the country right now is legalizing marijuana. Where we're from, just a couple of years back, they legalized the sale of alcohol.
What? Wow.
The rest of the world is being very progressive in how they handle the world around them. And
so is it very religious? It's very, very, very strict, like Christian and everything. Okay.
Our world just got past prohibition, so we're a little bit behind the times.
Okay.
So
all right.
So we wanted a name to go back to the name thing. So we wanted a name that was going to represent us and who we are and what we know and the things that we are willing to fight for, and you know, to have meaning, to have depth, and not just a name to call ourselves. We wanted something that represented us, because that's what it was going to be. So we took that initiative and sat down and thought about it, and we envisioned this music industry as a pool or an ocean. And no matter how far we got, no matter how hard we worked, no matter how big the system got, we knew that we were going to continue to bust our ass on a daily. We were going to continue to strive and make life easier.
What is this?
What is this? Phone zone silent.
Dude, you know, it's like, what are the rules when you walk into a movie theater? You know, silence is golden. You know, at least the ringer could be for shallow side. You know what I mean? You know, but Ozzy. Hey, it's Ozzy. It's Ozzy. So anyway,
Sharon.
This is where we go with the camera cut. And we pick it back up. Well, it's nice to be loved.
There you go.
You know?
So we wanted something that was going to represent the band in a name form.
Right.
And we were looking at the big picture and envisioned it as an ocean. No matter how far we got, as deep as the ocean would go, we were going to continue to strive and fight, and we were going to continue to write and work in a better, more positive direction. Not just for ourselves, but the listeners alike.
Right.
And we were going to create this world that had more depth. And no matter where we stood, it would always be, the shallow side of things, and that's where the name came from.
Wow, man, this is deep.
Yeah, well,
this wasn't just something you licked off the grass, man. This took a lot of cerebral thought.
Yeah, we believe.
That's very cool,
we
man.
believe thoroughly in ourselves and the people that we surround ourselves with, the fans that listen to the music, the people that we call our family.
Yeah.
We surround the people that we surround ourselves with also inspire us. So we keep that mentality going at all costs.
It's just so funny hearing you say all this, and I absolutely believe you. I
Right.
believe that this is very authentic coming from Eric here. But when I see your music videos, and that's one of our wheelhouses, Rock Titan TV, we try to feature everyone's music videos, which is what turned me on to you guys.
There you go. Thank you.
Absolutely. And when I saw it, and even with the last music videos you did for Renegade and for Rebel,
Right.
I'm like, you guys are like rock stars, man. I mean, they're as real as a music video as anything I've ever seen, I mean,
Right,
it's like a real Hollywood production,
Yeah.
So it's just like, you telling me all this stuff like you're just freaking, still, green behind the ears and everything like that.
We do work very hard.
It's like Cabbage Patch Kid dolls, just popped up out of freaking nowhere, I mean, that ink looks like it's got some mileage on it,
There you go.
and everything like that.
There's a bit of mileage on this whole body.
You know what I'm saying? So, but no, this is very cool. Everything that you have going on. So, what in your mind said, you know what, guys? We need to take our tour bus to Philly. I mean, this is a great place, but who set up this tour? Who coordinated this?
Our booking agent. Right now, we were supposed to be on this tour with 12 Stones, and then
12 Stones. Yeah. I saw them with the Make America Rock Again tour.
Yeah.
They bailed on you?
They definitely bailed on us. It will.
Douche baggery.
Yeah, and
That's our turn.
And we called them out online too. That was the thing. We definitely turned to Twitter fingers to make sure that they told the truth about the entire situation. But to lay that to rest and to call it out
It's
like
all
it
good.
is.
It's all
if
good.
It wouldn't have been the thing that it was if they would have just been like, listen, we just can't do it. There's a lot of personal reasons we just can't go out on tour.
Sure.
But they started pointing fingers at our booking agency, which is M7, and a few other agencies that we've worked with through the years. And they were saying that, we had no clue, but we were promoting the thing for an entire month. If you have no clue what's going on your social media page in 2017, there's a lot more that's going on in your life that needs fixed.
Right?
Versus you just missing a couple of posts about a tour. But that's what I'm gonna say about that.
No, that's
and
cool.
Then, and then
that's cool.
We called it out. We was like, no, be a man up. Like put it out there. Tell the truth. Like because you're not gonna drag our name down just because you don't want to go to work. This is our entire life. Right now, at this moment, touring is who we are and how we've created, what we are, and the people believe in that. And you're going to take that away from people, their hard-earned money. There was a lot of people that already invested in these tickets, and tickets are not cheap. Whether you think that like $15 or $20 is a throwaway thing, there is a lot of people in the world who save up. And it is just that simple $15, $20 ticket.
Oh yeah.
They save up for that, and that's a week's worth of entertainment for them that they throw in there. They show up. It's 3 hours for them.
Right. That'll
last a lifetime.
Right.
You take that away from someone, man, like you have no clue what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. That's their one saving grace. That's why we do what we do.
Right on.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
You take that away from someone, you don't know the outcome that'll happen tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you told your story because my man Tom, who's shooting this right now with us, we've had this conversation where this is why we do video interviews. This is why we talk to you guys like this, to tell your side, the way it is. So it's not like something where we're talking on the phone and I'm writing everything down or I'm recording it and I'm transcribing it and then we put our own dramatic twist on it, say, 12 stones, and try to create something out of nothing. It's like, no, it's not my story. I'm not here to try to dramatize anything.
Right.
This is your story,
That's
and
true.
It should be said the way it truly is.
I'm glad we didn't write it down. I'm a bad reader. I can't read.
But that stuff happens, man. You see stuff get twisted around in the media all the time, and for us, it's like, no, man. Hey, this is it.
That's the way it was. That's the way that definitely was gonna go. It was about to get twisted. It was about to get turned around.
Well, there you go, man.
We worked too hard to like take a back seat, and there was another band that the same thing happened to, and they definitely took, a seat to the entire thing and found a different direction to prosper through that. And we wasn't about to sit down. We're not gonna be taken lightly. That's just not who we are. We're Southern gentlemen to a point.
Is he? Yeah.
To a point. There is a point, and then you push that other side of the bridge, and it just turns into a whole different human. And that's with anyone though. You're gonna find that with anyone that works hard and dedicates herself to something.
Well, I want to be sensitive to your voice. I know you lead singers are. You've been every bit the Southern gentleman, but I know deep down he's thinking, man, I better stop talking or I'm going to lose my voice when I go on stage.
All the guys wish I would stop talking. That is
right.
I'll be on the bus.
But, so I guess, what's next for you guys? Where do you go from here?
So we're gonna finish up this tour. This tour is gonna wrap. We're on tour with the band Never Say Die, which is a couple of guys from My Darkest Days. They have a brand new project called Never Say Die. It's incredible music. If you get a chance, go check it out.
All right,
Then we're gonna jump on tour with Vices. Some of our friends. They're a conglomeration of a couple of different bands that we've toured with before.
Right.
And
I thought you said you didn't have any friends.
Well, these bands are a different world.
And
we're meeting them as we go too.
No, that's awesome.
In the 6 years that we've been a band, we've met a lot of people.
Yeah,
and we have developed those friendships.
And networking's huge.
It is a big thing, and that's what we're gonna do. We're probably gonna figure out the rest of the touring route until September, and then after September, we're gonna try to jump in a studio and start writing for.
Get your LP done.
Yeah, well, what could be our first LP, yeah.
Man,
we're excited about it. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do, and the work never stops. And we get this all the time. People are like, so what do you do on your off day? And we're
what do you mean, you people? You people. He said you people.
No, not you people. I mean, like anyone.
I'm teasing,
like anyone who says like what do you guys do on your off? What do you guys do for fun?
Sure.
What happens on your off day? We don't really have off days.
Yeah, no,
we have
I
days that we don't play shows.
Right.
But we don't have off days.
Right.
The days that we don't play shows usually consist of a non-stop emails or social media or what have you, videos or it doesn't. Pictures, it's all the same.
I think you need to write a song called Rock Titan, and somehow you can kind of incorporate this experience, into it, you know, when you were
Hey,
touring
don't
through
test me.
Philly.
Put
you
it
know?
out there.
Seriously,
I'll do
put
it.
it out there. You know, put it out there, but nice in a good way.
Yeah,
Not like trashing like Taylor Swift does to everybody. It's like, oh, you broke up with me. I'm gonna totally destroy you in my next song. Or even like with the hip hop guys, you know, one of those DJs come out and I'm gonna shred you in my next lyrics. You know, it's like,
true.
we'll keep it cool.
Yeah.
See, I just screwed myself. I know I did. Eric's gonna be like, yeah, I met this douchebag,
No,
when I was
that's
touring
never
through
a
Philly.
thing.
No, I'm just teasing. So, festivals. Are festivals in your future? Headlining some big festivals?
We do
That
have
seems to be where it's at these
we
days.
do have several festivals that are coming up, and if I say one and I miss the other one, I'm going to look like an asshole.
Anything this summer?
Yeah, there's several. There's
Okay.
just several festivals.
Okay,
And you can find all that information
On
at shallowside.net.
Shallowside.net. All right.
Shallowside.net.
All right.
And the easiest way to find us and news, brand new news of what's going on, we always have a Sunday live at 5 with
Yeah, you've been
Shallowside.
really conscientious about the video.
Yeah,
What I saw.
That's
Yeah,
we
got a lot of
do
video.
that every Sunday. That's
You guys
a
are goofballs,
great
man.
thing for us to reach out to the fans and be a part of
Yeah,
it.
you're good. You're good about that.
So yeah, that's something fun we do, and
Yeah.
then our social media pages is
Very cool.
always stacked full of information.
Very cool. Well, I'm so glad we finally had a chance to catch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank
awesome.
you guys
All
so
right.
very much for letting us be a part of it.
Eric, Shallow Side, we're here live. Maybe we'll get a little bit of live action with you guys on stage. Who knows? But
Yeah.
in any event, everybody definitely go check out Renegade. Their new music video, and dude,
Yeah.
much success, man. Very happy for you.
Thank you so much.
You man. All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Rock Titan, we are out.